All right, y'all, we live, man. We back with another one. Y'all know we do. Always pushing help well better understand the self. Let me close this real quick. Um, yeah, so we got a lot of news going on with Carmelo Anthony, Eric Metcalf, not Eric Metcalf. I'm thinking about the football player, but in Texas they had the incident where it got killed. Salute to me. I appreciate you tapping in. I went over 2 stories with that. Seemed like he was a bully. I want y'all to watch this with Muhammad Ali. He was standing on business for us way back when. And I want to free Carmelo Anthony straight up. You know, I'm going hard for bruh. Um, I don't like bullying. I don't like for my people to be bullied. You know, we got a lot of history of our people being bullied out here. So we got to make sure we stand on business for them. And man, in the comment section, I've been trying to go ham. And all of these black social media guys, they are online, and it's crazy to me that they not referencing the history of the bullying that we've been going through, and they not really trying to put themselves in that brother's shoes on what could be going on. It's disheartening to me, very disheartening. But I want y'all to check out how Muhammad Ali was standing on business, and I'm gonna show y'all how this same lady that the white guy in this video is bigging up. It's like Jasmine Crockett. Check
Weeks
it out.
ago, actor George Papard was here and urged citizens across the country to support a new Senate bill in favor of public financing for congressional and presidential campaigns. Today, we have with us a major opponent of that bill to express the opinions of members of the House Administration Committee. Here is that committee's chairman, Democratic Congressman from Ohio, Wayne L. Hayes. Welcome. Congressman, why do politicians have such low credibility
Right or wrong,
today?
right.
Well, I think it's partly because there's so many problems in the world, and people are so dissatisfied, and there's so many things they want they can't aspire to, and they turn to the government, and the government doesn't satisfy them, and so they figure that
and they give up.
They give up. You know, I was saying just today that there isn't a government in the free world that has a majority government. Every government in the free world is a minority government. All the European countries have minority governments. We have a divided government here, and and we do have terrible problems in the world, and we don't have all the solutions as hard as we may try.
Do you think it's often the fact that those who have money get into office?
Well, I don't think that's exactly true, Mike. That's one of the reasons that I'm in favor of strict limitations on campaign spending so seats can't be bought. Let me say, when I was elected to Congress, I spent $3,000 to unseat a 4-term incumbent. And I don't think I think the American people are too sophisticated. I don't think money will do it anymore.
Watch out, Muhammad Ali.
Look what happened to Senator Fulbright in Arkansas.
Yeah.
He spent 3 times as much as his opponent, but he'd been in Senate 30 years, and his time was up, and the people didn't want him anymore, and the money wouldn't do it. I think he was a valuable senator. I've disagreed with him sharply many times, but there comes a time, and I hope I'm going to know when my time comes ahead of time and quit before I'm defeated.
30 years, though, he can't be too sad about that.
I don't think so.
Run.
That's a long time. That's a long run.
Would you ever get into politics, Muhammad?
No, sir, because see, when you people discuss things, they're not our problems. See, I'm looking at the black people as a nation, and all of our problems, you all don't have nothing to solve them. See, we need a spiritual, divine man, and I believe Elijah Muhammad is that man. We have prostitution problems in New York City mainly, And all I see is the black sisters being used by all type men, and ain't no politicians mentions it. We got dope problems, gang fighting among self, a lack of love for self, no respect for our women. We don't have no property. We don't have no land. We worked 400 years to make this country the wealthiest country on the planet. None of you politicians talk about repaying us for the 400 years of slave labor. You're not the ones who slaved us, who lynched us or raped us, but your people stole the property and left it with you, and you still guilty because you keep it. All the TV stations, all the lectures, the Ramada Inns, the Holiday Inns, all the land, everything is yours. So ain't nothing in politics for us.
Yeah, but as a politician, couldn't you help the blacks?
No, because I got to have the white man's flag over me, and I got to represent all.
No, you don't. I'll change.
I disagree with that, Muhammad. There are a lot of blacks in Congress, and they don't have the white man's flag.
I don't fuss at the brother on TV.
No, I know.
Let's don't be niggas and fools in front of white people.
I'm not gonna fuss.
Let me talk to them. I'm talking to them.
Yeah, I'm gonna talk to everybody here.
Well, I'm talking to them now.
Take your hand on my face. I'm talking to everybody here.
Let me talk to them.
I'm
They asked me questions.
Now, this is what I'm talking about on the internet right now. We seeing this same thing that's going on where this guy, Muhammad, is just expressing his opinion, but he got the system always have our people right there. It's like they fighting the fight for them. They don't even got to talk no more.
Understand.
This is our problem.
I understand.
You understand? We got to get together.
We're not gonna.
And I don't think politics have a problem. I'm talking to brothers.
No, but I want to change the color of the flag. I'm serious, brother.
I'm not. Okay.
You talk about the flag over your head.
We gonna change the color of the flag. Okay, that's a heck of a job.
Yeah. Well, it is a job.
See, now we're getting on stuff that don't make no sense. We're talking about something else.
I guess it makes no sense
I
to
hope
Mr.
people
Ross.
can look at this and see what I'm talking about. I hope the people can watch this show and see what I'm talking
Well,
about.
they will. They look
I'm
Mike
sure the
Douglas every
black
day.
people understand.
Black people do understand, brother.
What I was saying was this, is that I don't think I can be in no office in this government and don't represent the country, which represents all the people. I'm not saying it's bad to represent all the people. I'm not saying I wouldn't want to represent all the people one day. But
Yeah, but you do, man.
Yeah, but now wait a minute.
charity starts
First of all,
at home.
to get into
Charity
office,
starts first at home. God helps those who help themselves. I got to help myself and clean up myself and love myself and do for myself before I can go to help others. I don't have time to help white people because there's enough white people to help white people. I don't have enough time to help no Jews. There's enough billionaire Jews to help the Jews.
There's enough black people help black people.
Right, so that's what we want to do. Now you talk. So my program is only worried about my people first. That's what I'm saying. And I can't be in no politics saying I'm just for the black people. It's not right.
And where do you live, my brother? At home.
So I'm gonna get back into this, man, but I'm gonna open up the lines. I want to know what y'all think about this. We got to get Karmelo Anthony. We got to get his support going on because they're trying to paint the narrative in the internet that this guy is a thug. They posted a picture with him in a gun, but they never posted the picture of Austin Metcalf talking about those monkeys better not be at the track meet. So if you go with the history, like Muhammad Ali saying, it never been on point for us. It never been justice for us. But check this out.
we'll be right back right after this message. Be right back. Congressman, many times on a show like this, when we cut away to the commercial breaks, a lot of things you said that I'd like to hear repeated. I'd like you to repeat what you said about the Congresswoman from Texas.
Well, I wanted to say this to Muhammad before, and we got a little side argument going. One of the brightest minds in the United States Congress today is a freshman congresswoman from Texas, a black woman by the name of Barbara Jordan. I think she can get to the heart of the problem about as quick as anybody. We had a meeting just a few days ago with a group of British parliamentarians to talk about common problems, and I took her there. I asked her as a special favor to go to this meeting.
Yeah, but he's saying
And
there's so
she
many
was-
black people that have a lot to say.
Well, that's true, but there's a lot of white people that have a lot to
Right.
say in Congress, but there
They've
only
been
can be
saying it.
435
And
congressmen
they've
at
been
any
saying
given
it for
time.
400 years.
Well, the blacks now are getting elected, and let me say this, Barbara Jordan was elected from a constituency that doesn't have a majority of blacks.
Yeah, but
because-
what he's saying is that he doesn't care about being elected.
Well,
He was elected black.
that's up to him to go to decide that. That's not for me to say, but I am saying.
So y'all see how when they say that they got black people in office, right? They look at us and be like, okay, you guys got somebody in office, you're good. It's free. You guys can do whatever you want. But this is why I speak on the Boule, I speak on these Greek organizations. Because that lady he's talking about was a Delta, just like Jasmine Crockett. You know, somebody that's supported by George Soros and his little camp, whatever they little camp, support black people to have an agenda in the polls. And we seeing the same thing that's happening today. But I'm gonna take some calls and get on Karmelo.
But it should.
Black people are making a contribution in that field.
But isn't it time that we all live together?
Well, I don't think we can live.
Time for living, time for giving.
I don't think we can live segregated. I don't think you can segregate the Jews into one compartment, the blacks into another, the white Anglo-Saxon Protestants into another, the Catholics into another. I think we're all here in this country, and we're going to have to live together and get along together. And your entertainment wouldn't go if nobody but blacks went to it, or paid, or got admissions. And your fights,
right there.
your fights wouldn't gross what they do if the whites didn't
I want to say
contribute.
one thing. If there's a white man come to hear him, we got 40 million black people that love his music. He don't need no white artists. I just
Well,
want to
there's
say,
no 40 million white
that's
people
not
in
the
this
point.
country. There's
I'm
only
just
about
saying,
a
I
million.
can't let you stay on the TV
Thank you, brother.
and say that he wouldn't make it if it wasn't for the white people.
Well, I'm not saying he wouldn't make it, but I'm saying he wouldn't make it as big as he does.
You're right, if them white people promote it.
No.
I don't know if they say too.
Okay, now
The one for the black people.
what he's saying is that it does not make you big
Something else.
because white people come.
Congressman didn't say that. He said you wouldn't go as
I'm
big.
saying
He
what he
said,
said.
nor would your fights,
And
is
your
what he
country
said.
wouldn't be here if it wasn't for us.
Well, they don't live
America wouldn't be nothing if it wasn't for my people slaving and working for 400 years. You white people fighting all of your wars.
Yeah.
Then you talk about if
That's
I
right.
didn't, white people cutting my fights, wouldn't have no money. We built the country.
That's right.
We fought in all the wars. We were lynched. We were captured. We were murdered. And
Some of us were in on
We
that.
want to give you a little bit. We want to give you some credit, Mohammed, but after all, you're 11 million out of 210 million, so you didn't do everything. The whites did something too.
you did do
Everybody made a contribution.
You did do something. You killed off all the Indians, then you brought us over and robbed us.
Yeah, but what Mike's trying to say is that
We did all-
there's a way to say all of this without having any animosity.
Exactly. That's right. I buy
Yeah,
that.
well, see, ain't no animosity. Ain't nobody hitting nobody.
But it should not sound like that.
Words are more powerful than fists.
That's why.
That's
That's why animosity.
I think
That's
it's a fairly simple, simplistic argument that we're having here. On the one hand, saying,
No.
why can't we all live together? Now we know that it's tough to live together, and we know that there are animosities, and we know that there's back dues and back pay and back things that are owed to people, and not just to blacks,
Yeah,
to
but it's
Indians
not
as well, and
simplistic.
to women as well, and to other minorities.
It is
as well.
not
Well, there's
simplistic.
nothing simplistic.
It
The
is
man
simple.
and his wife don't live together in perfect harmony all the time.
I'll tell you one thing.
know,
You take a
sometimes
house,
they
you
have
take
problems.
you take a house, you take a country, you kill off all the Indians, you kill off the blacks, and you get everything is yours. Now you say, let's live together without giving up nothing or repaying. Now you want peace. You got everything now. You done conquered the world. Now you want to be peaceful. But people ain't resting. They don't want no peace.
Yeah, but if somebody said, I only care for whites, we would label him by very ugly epithets. And if I said, I only care for Jews and nothing else, I would be labeled as an exclusionary,
I only care for the
elitist or
freedom.
something.
I only care for the freedom and the unity of my people. Everybody else has got it.
Not really.
No, not true.
Not everybody
true.
else.
I don't buy that.
Well, I tell you what. I bet you the Viet Cong, who we black people, not me, I wasn't fool enough to go, who those who helped fight, I bet you the Viet Cong is more citizens and can come here and put on a little suit and get more freedom and move in neighborhoods and put up business where Negroes can't.
I believe that.
No, that's not
No, I
right.
believe that. I believe that.
They're under a
And the
dictatorship just like the
Chinese
Russians.
can, the
No, he means
Japanese
here.
can, the
Yeah.
Germans can. Everybody that's not American can go and do what Negroes can do. So quit being hypocrites on this TV. The whole world know Negroes, the lowest,
Black
the
people.
most down, the most disrespected, and the less protected than anybody.
Well, where can't you go, Mohammed? And
Oh,
what
okay,
can't
I'm
you
one
do?
big nigga. I'm a nigga, got $10 million. I'm a great fighter, so I can go. But I'm not talking about me. I'm talking about the brother watching this show,
Everyone
can't
of
pay his rent.
Yeah.
He ain't got nothing.
Well, what
Don't
about
have
the
no
white
home.
man who can't pay his rent?
Well,
There's
it's
a
his
lot of
fault.
them.
It's his damn country.
Huh?
So you see how they'll take the highest person from what we got, and they'll say, "Hold on, you can do this." So what? You know, everybody can do it, and they know that the numbers is dwindling for us. But I'm gonna let Muhammad
Get out
go.
there and do something. That's his fault.
Got a couple
It's his
minutes.
damn country.
Not all the poor are black, and not
I
all the
know
poor
you
are
got some
white.
poor white. Well, then I'm working for my black brothers. You look out for your white brothers.
That's what I was saying earlier.
I ain't say hate nobody.
wait a
I don't
minute.
hate nobody.
Congressman, what
Just help each other. Help yourself first.
what is the answer?
Well, I think the answer, if there is an answer,
People want the truth. All this laughing and giggling. Now you're talking
Salute
about
to
Well,
Muhammad,
laughing
man.
use this TV time to tell some
You
truth.
laughing and giggling just like everybody
But
else.
you see, the laughing and giggling is not phony. The laughing,
Is it
I have a
emotional?
function here. My function is to entertain
Yeah,
and
I'm
make
not
as
getting on
many
you.
people out there
That's
happy
your job.
as I possibly
That's your
can.
job.
And man, I do it every day.
That's your job.
That's right.
It's your job.
I don't say it's phony because it's not phony.
It's
I don't
phony
have
when
a
you
phony
expect me to
bone in
come
this
on.
body.
Well, you want to know why I'm not coming on giggling my teeth?
I didn't say that. I said you look troubled. I didn't say, why aren't you
always
giggling and
troubled.
laughing?
I'm always troubled.
Well, no, not
I'm
always, because
troubled. You're in a world full of hypocrites. If I wasn't who I was, I'd be somewhere in the restaurant. So I ain't got no time to be looking like I'm so happy.
Yeah, but he
My
said,
brothers are catching hell and catching hell and catching hell. Dead.
yeah, that's right.
And all you all hypocrites and all you a hypocrite yourself.
well,
what's the answer, Congressman?
the answer is that, it's easy to sit back and call everybody else in the world a hypocrite. And I'm not going to call
I'm not
anybody
calling
a
everybody
hypocrite.
a hypocrite.
I think
Any
everybody
white
has right to their own
any
opinion.
white person in this artist, it's when I tell the truth, my people ain't nothing but a hypocrite.
I don't hate black people.
I'm gonna say hate.
and I don't see. Well, I
Did I
don't
say you
dislike
hate?
them, and
I didn't say you
and
dislike.
I don't see why you should
Well,
dislike
then you get
whites.
with the government and tell them to get together and unite and do something. But Muhammad, you tell them to get together, you take your face and your complexion to the White House and repay the black people for all the work they done, all the slaving and
Get down, brother.
getting some land.
That's the reason.
Man, I love Muhammad Ali. Man.
Well, maybe we ought to start back in Africa with the tribal chiefs who sold the slaves
They
into
didn't say
slavery
you
in
the
the first
lynchers.
place.
That don't mean you should
You can't go back and
That don't mean you
rectify
should burn
400
us.
years of history.
They didn't say
You
you
just
the
can't
lynchers.
do it.
They didn't sell you the lynchers.
Let's be happy.
They didn't sell us to you the burners.
Time for living. Look at that.
So I just wanted to get in that, man. I love Muhammad Ali, what he be standing for. He go to war for us when he was out. So R.I.P. to him. But I want to open up the lines and see what y'all think about this Carmelo Anthony thing. If you see, it's why I don't like politics. If you see everybody on that right side, bro, especially the black people, I'm disappointed that they not looking more in details. It's like they know that they got a predominantly white audience that's gonna be pro, you know, any white policies, and they just gonna run with it, and they don't care. In my opinion, this is what I seen from people, all of the right side. So it just make me like, you know what, this politics stuff, bro. And I know they getting the bag. I know the our YouTubers, our people that's on the net, they doing this, they online and they pushing their narratives out, and I'm sure their YouTube numbers is great. They getting all the money on YouTube, but to actually see it in real time is crazy. Cause they'll never cover a death of a black man. Like the two black dudes got killed, or the man in jail, Robert Brooks. They ain't even cover that. It's like they only talk about like, oh man, if this was a black person, they try to switcheroo it. If this was a black person, the news will be all on it. And they think black people, nah, that's white people. That's them George Soros people that's benefiting off of Black Lives Matter and sponsoring all of these black women in the Democratic Party. They don't understand that it's really white guys that's running all of this. It has no power with black people. But on these channels, they think that black people is actually, doing this and have control, and it's just messed up situation, man. But I had to go live and tap in on this, man. Shout out to everybody who in the Discord. putting all the information in the Discord for me. But yeah, the white boy was a bully. Let me show y'all the I'm gonna show y'all the post. I was trying to get it to where I don't know why it's not letting me see the whole post, bro, fully. It's like I can't pull it all the way up, but this guy was he was a bully, man. Bullied our people. I mean Carmelo Anthony at least. And it's still it's nothing out. It's nothing out that's gonna explain about what I'm saying. Like there's nobody releasing that information. And I'm like, why ain't nobody talking about that? I'm gonna let y'all see like the narratives that they putting out here. Carmelo Anthony, Texas. And he did his GoFundMe is getting up there. Shout out to everybody who, supported that brother and that. They gave his bond at $1 million. And they got in Texas, right? They got a law that states, this is why I think he gonna beat this. Because they got a law in Texas that states this. In Texas, shout out to Racehead who gave us this information. Texas, the Texas Education Code requires school district to adopt a policy that prohibits in-school or out-of-school bullying, prohibits retaliation against a person who reports bullying, and establish a procedure for students to anonymously report an incidences of bullying. Say his GoFundMe is at 150 and it's 105. So yeah. And I'm surprised they gave a white boy a GoFundMe. His is at like $250,000. But it said 3 elements of bullying. You got repeated, intentional, and involve a power of imbalance. So I think he gonna beat it. According to white man's Texas law, you have the right to stand your ground and you don't have to retreat from the threat that Texas white man law. And they stand to like tweak the law to kneel for them. It's like it's evident. I seen when he said, "If you touch me, don't touch me." It's like when you touch somebody, it's like how could you? It's crazy that they didn't even say that before they arrested because it takes them like a couple. Did y'all see how long it took them to arrest Robert Brooks' murder? It's like it take them forever. But I was in some of them comment sections and it was like I couldn't believe it. But I can believe it made me understand why black people are doing this. And I don't know if they get money, but they definitely pandering to these racist people. And the racists will be in the comments talking stuff about black people on a black person's page. It's just weird to me, bro. Like, how weird is that? We got a black person talking about this situation and they are a supporter, subscriber for their channel and they talking crazy on in their comments about your own people. It's just weird. But we got to stick with our people because of this racist stuff like this, whether right or wrong, in my opinion. But my boy Trev was busy, tied up today, man. He couldn't tap in with me. But we're going to definitely catch up. What you said, right, to stand your ground. Texas is I feel like Texas is, it's going to be tough, man, because he going to have to have jurors. I think it's going to play in the court of law. The race is going to play a point in it. A lot of these black people are SPs. And a lot of the black people. What you mean SP? Oh, that speak against other black folks are paid. I believe that. Yeah. I believe that. Just like the politics, it's like they don't never speak on real stuff. They don't never speak like how Muhammad Ali speaking. We didn't have people speak like that. Fred Hampton and Malcolm X. Them we don't. They don't even speak with no passion for your people. They always out here trying to fight, you know, other white men wars. But I tell you what, I put out that video, um, and I'm gonna see definitely how it goes. But ain't nobody bringing this up. Nobody's talking about the post he wrote. Karmelo shouldn't have been charged with first degree murder. It should have been downgraded to involuntary manslaughter in the heat of a passion. I agree. It should have been involuntary manslaughter. I think it's definitely gonna get dropped down, but that's the games they play with us. It's like we gotta force them to arrest somebody. They arrest us and give us the highest charge at first. It's just crazy, bro. It pisses you off sometimes, like to actually see this in real time. And you got white people that are going to they go in the comment section talking about we got it made. Like, oh, they'll be burning down the streets. Yeah, because ain't nobody gonna get arrested. The goal is to frustrate us and cause us to be depressed. The goal is to attack us with propaganda until we give up. But we are resilient. That's in our blood. You right. You right. We gotta stay resilient too, cause I ain't letting up, man. I just know one thing. I ain't that Officer Tatum and some other guys. Officer Tatum, the black conservative, the black and white sports network, suckers, man. But like you said, they getting paid. I'm not gonna let them, deter me. But it just like it makes it worse when you got black people saying they points. It makes it even worse. They ain't talking about none of the history, none of the stuff that we've been through in this country. Why someone will have to defend themselves because we've seen that our people will get hurt, injured, killed, and won't nothing happen. You can hang us in the streets, and them same white people will just be sitting there looking like ain't nothing bad. But check this out. I'm gonna show y'all. Check this out. Look what they saying here. Now they bringing up all his pictures, but it says family of Texas teenager accused of killing track rival has raised more than 80K for his legal defense. So they're sitting here like, wow, how could this guy get $80,000 for his legal defense? They ain't say nothing about George Zimmerman. It like we ain't hear nothing. It was crickets when George Zimmerman and they like gave him all that money. It was nothing. You didn't hear the other side say anything at all. But now when it comes to a black person, it's like they making it seem like it's a problem. Like we can't support our, our own people. So it said the 17-year-old family has raised more than $85,000 in donations for its legal team. Anthony was charged with murder following the stabbing. So the family of Texas teenager accused of fatally stabbing and fellow high school star has started a legal defense fund on his behalf. In a fundraise posted of Give, Send, Go. Have y'all heard of that? Like, cause that's a new one that they got. But listen to how they word this though. Give, Send, Go. The family of the 17-year-old Karmelo Anthony, who was charged with murder following the death of 17-year-old Austin Metcalf on April 2nd, wrote that the accusations against the teen were false, unjust, and harmful. So just the whole media on how they are portraying this, and they saying like he admitted to it. They was making fun of him for just saying that he admitted to it. It's like, yeah, he did it. Yeah, because the man put his hands on them. You can't put your hands on people right now, especially when you putting out. But if y'all look on the internet, there's nothing they talking about the post that Austin Metcalf put up about the monkeys better not come to the track meet. It's like they hiding all of the information that's going. They're trying to get public perception to be on his side, and it's just a sad thing, man. That brother in jail, in an all-white jail too. 17-year-old boy. But I want to know what y'all think, man. If y'all want to tap in, what you think about. I'm gonna take you out. What you think about the people? I'm gonna show you this. It was a lady that I seen commenting on it, but he don't have nobody but a few black people in the press. He don't got nobody. I mean, the majority of the news report on him is definitely bad. You know, he don't have enough support on the internet. It's not enough bigger names. You know, I wish my channel was bigger to reach, but it's some big heavy hitters that's out there that's talking about, you know, he's wrong, throw him under the jail, and we don't got enough big heavy hitter, but we still pushing and being resilient. But we don't have enough heavy hitters out there to hold them down. But hopefully this let me show y'all this. Hopefully we can get it right. But check this out. Now this is what I wanted to let y'all to see what the yeah. Listen to how they play this.
Great ideas can
This
come
how
from
they do
anywhere.
it.
With Wix,
Now
to
this is why
Texas, where
media
a
is so
father says he
important.
forgives the teen accused of fatally stabbing his son at a high school track meet. Police are now revealing what led to the terrifying moment. Here's ABC's Andrea Fujii.
New details about the killing of Austin Metcalf.
But also they saying that this is why the father was saying that he didn't want it about race, because he had an idea what was going on. You know, he didn't want his son to be looked at as what he knew he was.
The student stabbed at a high school track meet near Dallas. According to the arrest affidavit, 17-year-old Carmelo Anthony has confessed to the killing, saying he was trying to protect himself.
He knew how much I loved him, how much I do for him, anything. I do anything for him.
Hunter Metcalf says he held his twin brother Austin as he was dying.
I tried to whip around as fast as I could, but I didn't see the stab. But then I look at my brother, and then I'm not going to talk about the rest. No.
It happened at the district championship meet in Frisco. Hunter says his brother had asked Carmelo to move his seat because he was sitting under the wrong tent. A witness says Carmelo replied, "Touch me and see what happens." And when Austin grabbed him, Carmelo allegedly pulled a knife.
They asked him to move, and when Austin grabbed his backpack to move, take it, he stabbed him in the chest and killed him.
He's now charged with first-degree murder.
Just because the kid was mad, my son is not here anymore, and I don't understand it.
Austin is being remembered as an honors student with aspirations to play college football. Despite the shocking loss, Austin's father says he chooses forgiveness over anger.
I forgive the other person because the forgiveness is not for him. The forgiveness is for me, so I can have peace. His life is destroyed. My life is destroyed.
The arrest affidavit says as Carmelo Anthony was being arrested, he asked if Austin was okay. Anthony is being held on $1 million bond.
He even asked the man was okay, bro. Like, It's crazy, man. But that's what's going on right now. We're gonna see if they could pull out the statues of bullying, but we'll have to push it on the statues of bullying. I think for them to beat it, we're gonna have to show that, he's a bully. Once they can show that, I think he'll be good. Yo, God one. Shout out Eric David. Appreciate you, bro. The brother was lying, so they edited out what he said. He said his brother Austin grabbed Karmelo backpack in another interview. Yeah, he did say that. Brian Anderson said he should have kept his little grimy hands to himself. Yeah, he should have, man. Knowing the history of dealing with our people, from what we've been through, it's like you should know that you shouldn't be putting your hands on no black person. Yeah, there was no adult supervision there, but those kids wasn't even on the track team. That's what a lot of people don't know. They was just there. They just like pulled up like a squad, They ain't even on the track team. They telling people to get out their tent like they track stars. Feel me? Y'all ain't even on the track team, bro, to even be trying to police the track, police the tent. Like, what are y'all doing? Ain't nobody had a problem with them under the tent. Now I want to see what this fool Charleston White. Now he a freaking CIA plant. Another one I can't stand. He gonna go in and he definitely gonna be on the white side.
Charleston White on Karmelo and Metcalf.
No wonder God can't bless black people, because black people got a heart of retribution and vengeance and violence and anger. They want to get back at white people. No wonder Dr. King them could get some things and we can't. Because Dr. King them said, hey man, don't hit them back. Hey man, don't hit them back. And them people got way more. Now this group say, let's kill them. Let's kill them. But your kids, you hear about kids every day in the hood schools getting bullied, but y'all have this much outrage for bullying. They have a no bullying month, but y'all don't have this much out. But now all of a sudden it's out, let's kill the bully. Most of y'all.
Well, it's interesting what you're saying, but the bully thing, and I meant to say that in the previous video that I did, but we don't know that yet. We don't know that that's true or not. That there's people posting and claiming that Metcalf and his brother were bullies and 200 pounds bullying this guy and all this stuff. And I haven't seen anything to corroborate that. So we'll have to see what witnesses say, where they get them from. There's a lot of false posts. There was a fake police page that the police had to respond about the fake police page putting out information, but he brings out a point about, okay, all of a sudden now you're all anti-bully and you care about the bullies. And something interesting that I'll add on to this too, because, with all this racism talk and stuff that happens, I've known people that have told me, particularly when they were growing up, they've dealt with racism. And in some cases, people say, white people sometimes, or other people, Latino. But a lot of times too, I've heard black people being racist against black people. Yeah, I'll say it. Whether you're too dark or you're too light. I've heard black people tell me that the most racism they've experienced at times sometimes is from other black people. Now, some people believe, well, that's impossible. And if you're darker skin or skin complexion, you're immune. They say you're immune. So because I have color complexion, I guess I can say whatever I want. I'm immune. Okay, I got a pass. I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
All the bullies. Talk to them today. Most of y'all, come on, cuz, OG bullies. Come on, Crip blood bullies.
Oh.
But now we want to kill the bully. When most of black children go to school every day and have to face a bully, why you think they got to wear Michael Jordan tennis shoes? But now we got a problem with bullies, huh? When have we ever told our kids to go kill the bully? We taught our kids how to stand up to the bully. No matter if it was two of them, fight both of them. But you don't put your life in danger to kill unless you got killing in you. But if you listen to kill music, you got killing in you. There's no way.
Kill music. So he's talking about rap and hip hop, kill music. But I also wonder when he references Jordans that like you have to wear Jordans. I wonder if he's talking about, because this guy, he's very controversial, Charleston White. And I don't agree with everything he says, but like he says things sometimes with a message, or maybe everything, I don't know. But even the shoe thing, you know, growing up, oh, you wear Payless shoes. I remember that. You wear Payless shoes and all this stuff. Like people will tease you for whatever you wear and stuff like that.
Good kids kill. I know a nigga stabbed the girl 93 times, but before he got to 93, he dropped the knife. She begged and she pleaded. He dropped the knife. But because he was abused and he had anger and he had rage inside of him for what his daddy was doing to him, he finished up. What's in you gonna come out of you. And good kids don't stab.
See, so basically, they trying to put it out that they bringing out unnecessary information. They talking about what black people doing in the community. They just trying to reach for something to try to make their narrative stick. It's like Charleston White know where the money at. All of these YouTubers know where the money at. They know how they got to dress this up. Even though it's witnesses saying that he bullied, this guy was a bully, they still trying to find a reason, bro, to get out of this. This is what I hear. I hear that they is trying to find an angle to where they trying to justify it. But somebody can kill one of our brothers and nobody get charged or nothing happen and they don't say nothing. They ain't go, hey man, speak up or nothing.
And that's really interesting. That's what I'm like with Karmelo. I'm wondering what's going on there, what's going on at home. And like I said in the previous video, and like I said on my live stream, you know, that he was already in trouble previously, allegedly, for bringing in a knife, and he was suspended. And so he came back to an event where he didn't belong. He skipped school, went under some tent.
He lying, bro. The man is on the track team, bro. This is what I'm saying. Like the whole narrative, bro. You can't trust people on the internet. This man saying he was suspended. He had no business being under the tent. Just talking out the side of his neck, bro.
That customary, from what I've been told, you don't go in other people's tents if you're not a part of that team or whatever. You know, why was he there? What happened? And what, you know, I don't know.
This is a kid with trauma. Let's get the background story first.
Right.
Just because he out there in Frisco. Oh, black people, y'all wrong, and no wonder God got you cursed. I'm starting to think that curse on us is real, that the Hebrews say. This group heart is hateful, no compassion. I remember telling my brother one time, God will never let you out of jail, nigga, if you ain't got no remorse for the people you killed.
Wow.
No remorse for the man's family. No remorse for the man's boy's father, mother, brother. But y'all got so much for Lil Ronnie, and Lil Ronnie brought death on himself.
I don't know who Lil Ronnie is. I don't know if that's a rapper, but I think he's talking about the social media reply, because I feel like the mother and father's replies, I'm talking about Metcalf's mother and father, their replies have been very respectful, not blaming, not saying, not bringing politics, not saying anything, race or anything. They've been very respectful about the different aspects of this, and, you know, about Karmelo and Metcalf and whatever. And, you know, because Metcalf
Charleston White
supposedly tried to physically remove.
They should have left Charleston White in there for life. I don't know how he got out, bro.
And Karmelo said, went into his backpack and threatened, like, if you touch me, and he did allegedly try to lift him, and he stabbed him straight in the heart over that. And it's really unfortunate that Metcalf as the story is being told at this moment, we'll have to see what comes out, that Metcalf tried to lift him and physically move him out of there. To me, it's still a crazy escalation to stab somebody in the heart. But it's just one of those situations where had one person done something different, and we see this so many times, it could have been a completely different outcome, you know. And as far as Karmelo skipping school, going to this event, not leaving from under the tent where he didn't belong, to stabbing somebody in the heart, from Metcalf trying to allegedly to forcibly remove, we'll have to see what comes up with that. So my friend was, and some people too, you know, two lives are lost. That's what people say. She felt bad for both, and can
Ronnie is
see
the
the bad
rapper
and
that got
good in
murdered.
both, and what this and that person did right and wrong, whatever. But ultimately, somebody's dead. I don't feel right now at this moment my heart for Karmelo yet, because I want to wait for more information, because one person is here to tell the story and have a trial and potentially fight this, and who knows if Karmelo gets off. Well, the other person is dead, and there is no coming back. There is no story that he can tell from his side. We're going to have to rely on witness accounts. And so this other person, there is no coming back. At least Karmelo, for the sake of his family, their child's alive, and he has a chance to fight this in court. And apparently he has a lot of support and GoFundMe and stuff like that. And people are calling Karmelo the victim. Okay. People are calling Karmelo the victim. So I haven't come to that point yet. I want to see what else develops with Karmelo, that I'm going to feel so bad. He's alive. Maybe, yeah, he's going through a hard time. He's locked up, but he has a chance to fight. He's claiming his self-defense. And if he truly is self-defense, you know, we will see. It's a hard claim for self-defense, I think, right now at this moment, but we'll have to see what else develops from this.
Look, come on now. Lil Ronnie brought death on himself. Y'all had all the compassion, but here it is, a white kid, two little boys having some boy issues. And one little boy killed another little boy. You mean to tell me you black people ain't got no compassion for neither side?
We ain't never said we ain't had no compassion. Ain't nobody saying they got no compassion. Everybody, people that I've seen on here, always said condolences to the family. We ain't against trying to just harm people for no reason. But you see how they trying to run this narrative, bro? Like, certain black people, their agenda is to talk to only black people. Two black twins just got killed in Georgia. These dudes ain't saying nothing. Anything that happened to our people, they don't say nothing. Anytime when it comes to a white race that they can fight for, they could probably get some money because they got 501c3s, and the government probably, you know, gonna let them not pay some taxes and probably send them a little influence check. It's like they get to talking on their side.
That's why you curse, black folks.
My curse.
That's why your situation, God is looking at y'all hearts. That's why your finances can't be increased. That's why your children won't go to the NFL. God is looking at y'all hearts. Black people, y'all ought to be ashamed.
Well, there's people straight out saying, and I've seen some in the comments that are happy for this guy's death. Good.
Ain't nobody happy for that
White
death,
people
man.
have it coming. Like, if you really look in the trenches of the internet, there's people happy and celebrating this kid's dead.
That's why your children are dying and being murdered the way they're being murdered. They've been your grandchildren. Man, you curse.
You know,
all right, bro.
I feel like if Karmelo, if there was some type of situation where, you know, he was defending himself as far as like he was about to get attacked, he was getting attacked.
Just to see these coons, man, on the TV, bro, is crazy to me. But I understand they got a job to do. They got an audience that they gotta appeal to. So they talk all this craziness. But you know, it's still condolences to that dude's family, you know. But we got to get more information on the bully. And there's kids at that school that's saying that those guys was bullies. So well, that's the first time I heard Charleston White at least spoke on it. But he like, we killing bullies now. That man made a decision. He probably felt like his life was in danger. Everybody different, in my opinion. Like, But why he ain't talking about what he said with the guns on the post on Instagram? Like, they're not bringing that up. I think it was a previous issue. For him to put that on Instagram, it was an issue where they knew each other. Or they know what was going on. And that's why he had that knife, because he had the gun. It was probably another situation that happened. He's put Charleston White salt in a Pop-Tart in real life. Yeah, how you get to harass and assault somebody and be considered a victim. And all, because, you know, they brought that up in the George Zimmerman trial. They said that the kid, Trayvon Martin, was on top of him, like they was fighting or whatever, and he shot him because he was harassing him. So it's like you could switch it around, and they still like they making us feel like we got the upper hand in the Justice Department. Like we weren't getting hung, like we didn't go through a whole lot of trauma and unjustified murders and stuff that happened. They're making it seem like we got the upper hand in law, we got the upper hand in the streets. Like it ain't making no sense, bro. At all to me. Like, when are we just unaliving people and ain't getting no justice and ain't nothing happening? Like, come on, man. We got people doing 40, 50 years in jail and they finding out it ain't them and they getting released. Like, just how can you like speak like we are looked out for in the justice system? I'm like, how are they talking like this? Like, what justice system are they used to seeing? Name me a time when white people was, you know, going through some issues to where it's like they was in jail, locked up long for the wrong charges or anything that you can see. They still talking to us about OJ. They mad at OJ got off, bro. Charleston White beat up a stage, which is on YouTube. For real, bro. Man, FBA Jesse put never. That's what I'm saying. Like, they talk like we got the upper hand in justice, bro. Like, we got the upper hand if something happened to us. We don't. We just sitting here trying to defend ourselves, and we get the most charges, the most penalized, the most taken from them. And y'all acting like we got the upper hand. They on here reprimanding black people, bro. The lowest people at the bottom, they trying to say that we got it made. Like the wealth gap is in our favor. Like the criminal justice system is in our favor. I don't get it. They ain't talking about none of these murders and this stuff that's been happening to us for decades. They'll just sweep all that stuff under the rug, bro. Like none of that don't matter no more. Loving the stock market crashing. Yeah, I love that stock market crashing too, because we got to be looking at that, because I'm about to it ain't gonna keep crashing for too long. I'm about to grab me some stock, bro. When that stock market this week, I'm thinking about grabbing some stuff. Glad that you said it. I gotta put that on my schedule. I gotta look at that stock at 9 in the morning tomorrow. But it's crashing, everything's crashing. I love when it's crashing too. I love when the stock market crashes. That's the best time. I feel comfortable. This time I was able to get my freaking money out. But man, it's crazy, y'all. We gotta be unified, man. Rather we right or wrong, look, because they sticking to each other, right or wrong, and different. They don't care. When that dude in New York went to Buffalo, New York, and shot up the black market and killed all them black people. When that white dude went to that church and shot up the church and they gave him a cheeseburger and a hamburger and all of that crap. I remember all that, bro. It wasn't none of this. We don't hear nothing in the media. They don't say nothing. It was just nothing. We just had to take that. It wasn't, we couldn't We didn't have nobody from the other side saying nothing. So it is what it is, bro, in my opinion. They used to trade our ancestors as commodities on Wall Street. Yo, damn, that's crazy. But when they got them white people that shoot up us, bro, and knock people off, and they feed them McDonald's and take them out to eat, them people don't be caring. Them people do not have that same energy towards them, bro. No self-defense or nothing. Ain't nobody touch them or nothing. They didn't do anything to them. They just come out and shoot and stuff. But we'll see how it go. He gonna have to get a fair trial. We're gonna have to have a fair amount of people on the trial, because I feel like a lot of people they're gonna try to railroad him. We already see how the internet playing it right now. Yeah, man, I'm just trying to catch it, bro. Avatar, you feel me? I'm looking at it. I'm trying to look. I'm gonna be paying attention, bro, for the next, until I see a change in the market. I'm gonna try to be buying small in, and try to predict the bottom. I'm trying to predict where that bottom is. I'm more comfortable with where Bitcoin, like seeing what Bitcoin fall at in the stock market, but it is some stocks everybody need to be looking into to be trying to grab at a low price, because probably this time next year or a year from now, it's probably a bull market gonna come. But this is like my third or fourth year seeing a bull market and seeing a bear market coming in. So I was more prepared this time. This is probably the best year where I didn't have nothing in there. I got some stocks I'm still holding, but not like that. I kind of figured that this was gonna happen, but I salute everybody for tapping in with me. I would have had my boy on here, but it ain't go right. But well, he was busy. But y'all know FBA, I'm gonna be staying on their neck. Staying on their neck. I wanted to get into a little bit of the politics with your girl Jasmine Crockett. It was talking about her $9 million revenue. Let me show y'all this. Like how you get how this $9 million revenue. How you get a $9 million revenue off $170,000 salary that you had, and you just got there. Check this out. Worth suspicion. But yeah, we gotta keep spreading that we gotta keep spreading that GoFundMe for our guy. Make sure y'all tell everybody about that. It's a new one too. It's not that GoFundMe. I think we got a new one that black people use. I gotta check it up. I ain't never heard of it before, but it's my first time. I can't find it. Shut up, bro. What's Web 2.0 to 3.0, bro? What's that? I ain't never heard of Web 2.0 to 3.0. But trying to get that for y'all real quick. Hold on. No. All right, here we go. Here we go. I'm glad you brought up that stock market because that was like, I'm like, man, this is what's up. But check this out, y'all. I'm finna get into. We're gonna get into this. Let me share the screen real quick. We're gonna get into this Jasmine Crockett. Y'all know how we do.
You live anywhere here in the red circled area and you have an old, struggling air conditioning or heating system.
Yeah, right in my area.
A few moments later.
Everybody knows who Jasmine Crockett is right about now. And, well, let's just say she's got the attention of Doge after all the crap she's been talking about Elon. Man, I see that you make
Look at my
$174,000
past
a
posts
year,
about crypto.
but in the 18
Okay.
months that you've been in the House of Representatives, you have purchased a $5 million house in Texas. You have
Yeah, he a
$2.5
distraction.
million lake house. Elon and the United States government, along with so many more citizens, would love to know, Jasmine, how did you buy all that?
And we are back, y'all. Thank you for watching today. Go ahead and hit that like button, people. You know, it helps us out a ton. And of course, it only costs you what? Just a little flick of the finger. So we definitely appreciate that. Now, y'all, as you know, one of the top Democrats as far as attention, controversy is Jasmine Crockett. She's been out there running her mouth, y'all, saying all kinds of incendiary and provocative things lately. And frankly, it's been working for her. I mean, she's probably gotten more shine than just about anybody, with maybe the exception of your girl, AOC. So, Jasmine Crockett, this whole shtick, this whole kind of sister girl thing where she goes off script, starts cursing,
Now they saying she got the 501c3, just like Charleston White. A lot of these people, man, they getting a check through these people paying them to talk and say things that they needed to say. Check this out.
flipping the weave, doing the slang thing. It's working for her because at the end of the day, this is an attention economy and she's getting a lot of attention. But you know what? She might be getting too much attention because at this point, she's taking on some pretty powerful forces and she really doesn't have that big of an actual legislative cachet. I mean, she's just, I believe, a first term or at most a second term. I believe she's a first term congressperson. So she really doesn't have that big of a legislative cachet. So we might say she's biting off more than she can chew. Elon Musk, y'all. Now, there are rumors that Elon Musk and Doge are about to start looking into Jasmine Crockett. Let's take a look at you saw this in this coming up clip. Someone on X said that Elon had signaled he's going to be looking into Jasmine Crockett.
Yeah, they gotta crash the whole system, and I think what this Elon Musk stuff is it got something to do with it too, because his stock did horrible. You know, the Tesla went down bad too after all of that stuff that was going on, and I kind of thought she played a part into that. With check it out.
Elon did say he's looking into Congress people and where their wealth comes from. There are many sources on X saying that Crockett is worth over $9 million, despite never really having made very much money in a single year. I don't know that, but I suppose that would be one of the results of any investigation to find out what her net worth really is and where the money came from. So let's take a look.
Everybody knows who Jasmine Crockett is right about now.
And, well, let's just say she's got the attention of Doge after all the crap she's been talking about Elon. Elon posted on X the other day, "Well, Jasmine, I see that you make $174,000 a year, but in the 18 months that you've been in the House of Representatives, you have purchased a $5 million house in Texas. You have a $2.5 million lake house and another house you bought for $1.5 million. So Elon and the United States government, along with so many more citizens, would love to know, Jasmine, how did you buy all that?"
My question is about USAID. Has the Doge team found any evidence that any of the radical left Democrats like Maxine Waters, Adam Schiff, Chuck Schumer have received money directly
No
from
problem,
USAID?
FBA.
And if so, will we be
That's
hearing
so
about that
straight
evidence
up.
anytime soon?
Yeah. So there is a massive amount of corruption.
Now, y'all, I don't like the left or the right. To be real, I especially don't like how they use our black people though. On the left, I got a more disdain for them. I don't like how they use our people, bro, and just be pimping our people and then throw them out to the wolves. So what's gonna happen with Jasmine Crockett? Just like everybody else, once they done with you, they done with you. They gonna just let you get ate up by the wolves. It's like a soldier.
But it is circuitous. So what happens is there's money that, obviously it's your taxpayer money, that is then sent to various government organizations who then send it to NGOs, which an NGO is a non-governmental organization, but obviously if it's a government-funded non-governmental organization, it's just an organization, it's just a government. And effectively there's a giant fraud loophole, which is that the government can send money to an NGO that is then no longer governed by the laws of the United States. So they'll send the money overseas to one NGO, then they'll go through a bunch of them, and then I'm highly confident that a bunch of that money then comes back to the United States and lands in the pockets of the people you just mentioned. But it is a circuitous route. It's not like it doesn't go directly, but let's just say that there's a lot of strangely wealthy members of Congress where I just can't, I'm trying to connect the dots of how did they become rich while earning, how'd they get 20 million if they're earning 200,000 a year? It sounds, that's how nobody can explain that. So some.
That kickback money. They getting them kickbacks.
Yeah, we're going to try to figure it out and certainly stop it from happening. So. Yeah. I mean, just in general, the whole NGO scam is just crazy.
Yeah.
And yeah,
we need to know what stocks to be looking at, Avatar.
So
straight up, I'm gonna be letting
Now, the
everybody
New
know
York
me.
Post reports that Jasmine Crockett is branded a hypocrite after she took $370,000 from political action committees for business trips to Hamas supporting Qatar, which records supposedly show. So let's take a look, y'all. So the liberal firebrand Jasmine Crockett took almost $400,000 from political action committees, despite claiming otherwise, documents seen by the Post reveal. So there's a 2020 tweet, which was sent by the 44-year-old Congresswoman, that's Crockett, in case you didn't know. And it's recently coming back to light because she claimed she had accepted, quote, $0, quote, from corporate PACs, while her opposition had taken $192,000. However, campaign finance disclosure data for the period, so this is for that same period between July 5th and December 31st, 2020, show a different picture. Now, this is according to the Post, y'all. Disclosures from when she ran for state representative of District 100 in the Dallas area show 22 different entries from donors described as PACs between $500 and $5,000. So that will come from different companies like AT&T, various teaching associations, and a wholesale beer pack. Okay, So this article cites Professor Matthew Foster, who's a lecturer on government at American University. And he said what's controversial about PACs or political
Salute
action
William
committees
Johnson.
is people fundamentally see it as an issue of buying somebody's support. And so think about this, y'all. You know how much Jasmine Crockett is talking about money, right? And so Democrats, they're sensitive to this perception that they can be purchased. So Foster says, quote, clearly Crockett thinks that issue is a big deal and a way to resonate with voters. So if what they put out there was false, it's a great opportunity for the opposition to run on that. End quote. That would be Crockett's opposition. Now, Crockett previously practiced as a lawyer. She gets $174,000 per year as an annual salary as the member of the House of Representatives. And here it says she appears to have fully embraced traditional PACs in the years since her first tweet, because public records show she accepted more than $370,000 in federal contributions from PACs representing corporations or business associations since 2022. These have a spending limit and are different from super PACs, which can also donate to political campaigns. Now, apparently, the Post reached out to Crockett for a comment, and they say she has not responded. Now, another thing, the Post is reporting that she.
Now, salute everybody, man. So that's what I just wanted to tap in with her, with all her what she got going on. I think she gonna fall miserably soon, but we definitely looking at the stock market this week, and stocks, cryptos, stuff to buy. The empire is crashing. So in the Discord this week, man, we're gonna be going over what we trying to. Where's the new? I ain't gonna say the new, but what's some good stocks that we can definitely tap into, in my opinion. But yeah, we got to touch in on the people, man. FBA delineate. I know we still keeping that on strong. And Avatar, what's some good stocks, man, that you looking at that's crashing that you like? It may be a good pick for us that we got to keep our eye on. I know the Apples and the big companies and like the Google. Salute. I know the Googles and stuff like that, but yeah, I've been talking in my chat too on definitely we're trying to come together and put something together, man. If you ain't in the chat, man, y'all text me your phone number on this number right here and just put chat. You want to just get down with FBA and trying to come together. We don't put everything on the internet, so we trying to be real. We trying to be discreet about stuff and do things. So if you're trying to get, if you want to get down with your FBA family, go ahead and text that number, man. And just put chat in there, and I'm gonna see what we can do with you. Shout out to your FBA chips. For real. We all we got, man. We got to be able to, support each other any kind of way, man. Y'all know me. I do water treatment. I'm in like North Florida and Central Florida right now, but I'm trying to have a base in pretty much the big cities to where I'm helping purify water and treat water. I've been doing this for over a decade. So put what number? It's on the screen. The 954-637. Once you put chat, I'm gonna send you the group. I'm gonna send you the Discord that we in. We get money this week, but we definitely come together and we trying to. Do you see it on the screen right there? I'm gonna post it right here. But we definitely trying to come together. I had text people individually too in that to just make sure y'all. So if you look at if you in the Discord, I've been reaching out. Oh, you see it? I was about to put it in the chat for you. Go ahead and text that, and I'm gonna put you in the group. Everybody got a talent too. That's what I want FBA to know, man. Everybody got a talent at something, and if you put enough Like anytime that I did some big things, it was all a group of people that, even with my ward, anything that I did, it was about putting a group of good people together. That's how you got to make impact nowadays, man. You see people trying to do things by themselves, man, and they stuck on that self, that individuality. You got to let them go. They're going to be trying it and doing it forever. You know, you need a team. You need to be with a group of people that that y'all can do things together. That's the way you got to move in 2025. So I got a plan I'm trying to put on, and I want everybody, if they got, stuff to do, that we just keep building and growing. And that's a beautiful thing when you get, when you get people head together and you do big things. So, because y'all see how they doing this out here. If we all straggle by ourselves, the system gonna take advantage of us. So Avatar be on them stocks for us. I be on the health and wealth, the water. We got our boy William Johnson. He in the military, so he know about guns and protecting yourselves and training. We got our boy Don Jeter, man. He's an entrepreneur, accountant. We got some ladies in our group too that's doing their thing. It's just this time for y'all, man. I think God calling y'all to come together, click together, and create an impact. Probably it'd be the best thing you did in your life, So, it's always love. My dog, I got a bully. He be hearing me online, ready to go outside. But yeah, Cat, I appreciate you, Cat said, sharing the info with Discord. FBA, we need each other. We need each other, man. That's like, it ain't no way around it, man. I can't stand when people be with this individuality, bro. Like, it's not gonna work. If you ever been to a Japanese restaurant and they start a Japanese restaurant, they had a whole family working in them until they getting on their feet and they get 4-5 restaurants around the city, and now everybody good. It's like, you gotta have pride in joining together with your people and doing stuff, bro. All of this by yourself and not doing it is not gonna work, bro. You're missing opportunities to have great impact. And definitely speaking to my brothers and my sisters, we need everybody. So, and then by us having an impact, we can, when people see it, then we can have other people duplicating what we do. But it's hard to be out here and the people can't see nobody coming together making big things happen, because we outnumbered. Y'all see with these Charleston Whites and these, they out here getting money from the other side and they ain't caring about uniting because they get money from the other side. So I need everybody to know that this is very important to me, bro. I take this very serious, uniting with my people and doing what I see other coaches doing and trying to learn and come together, because I know that's what our ancestors want from us. Back in the days, they stuck together, bro. They was out there on them streets getting hoes together. Everything was together. They ain't let nobody slide. They just kept breaking us down as time went on. So sometimes you got to kill that pride, put it to the side, and you got to understand like what you fighting for. Like, what's the goal? What are you doing? And we got a good group of people, man. So yeah, man, everybody got a talent. Everybody got history. Everybody been grinding in something. They got experience. It's pretty much putting that all together, man. Kind of like a mastermind group, but making impact. Because I'm all about the community too, man. Like, I want to get our communities right. Like Dr. Clark Anderson said, with our water, with our grocery stores, with our finance, how we get loans. Like, I was reading something where, the Ish community, They don't even charge each other interest on loans. It's like against the law to charge their own people interest. They'll charge you interest though. They'll charge you 23% interest. And let you be using their money. It's like it's a lot of power and riches in all money in. And that's what I'm about. All money in. Like I would rather with my business, I was talking to Don Jeter, I would rather with my business, with me getting different territories and different places, I would rather that stay in FBA. And I serve all people water treatment, bro. It's not, I help my people, but I help Chinese people, all kind of people, because I get equipment and I manufacture it, put it together. But I would rather the people who support me and down with me benefit off of what I'm trying to do and grow, rather than me, I'm putting people on that I don't have no long-term goals with. So for real, all money in, man. That's what everybody got to understand. Even in y'all household, whatever y'all doing, like, don't let these dollars get out of your community right now. Stock market crashing. It's a lot of stuff crashing. You need to make sure you keep, all the money that you're spending out. You need to make sure that it's going in to people that need it, not to people that don't need it. And they getting rich off of everybody money. No, we got businesses around y'all that we got to support. It's all money in nowadays. Y'all tap in with me, man, because I got even for y'all out there buying bottled water, man, I got something that you can get underneath your sink. We put together and we got the reverse osmosis to where you can get that alkaline water right at your kitchen sink. You ain't got to buy bottled water over and over again. They say the plastic got microplastic. So prevention is better than cure. You don't want to be doing something and wait till you got to cure yourself. You want to be already prevention. So for real, more info coming soon, man. Yeah, man, I appreciate you all too, bro. Nah, they ain't gonna stop it, man. So I want to make people more aware, because FBA is not really aware of their water situations. Like, from me being in this industry, it's mostly other cultures are more understanding of their water. They understand that. They calling in and getting the best prices that they can get. We at their houses working on their stuff. We giving them the water treatment, and we have to more make it an emphasis to our people, because they're not as on it, as we would want them to. There are some people out there that's on it, but we got to spread the word, because the Jewish, the Caucasians, the Indians, the Chinese, they're on it. They understand the importance of good, clean water. So that's what I got for y'all, man. Like, I'm trying to grow with that. I know whoever got things, they trying to grow. It's all about unity right now, but I'm interested in that stock market for real. And even gold. Don Jeter was telling about gold bars. Like, I'm interested in holding gold. Just trying to be diverse, man. Because history shows us that we lose the most and we don't pass down nothing. So I try to have my sons that know what I'm doing too. Like, they know how to put together a water treatment system. I had them out and right in my garage, they'll put together one and see how I'm doing it. I done brought them in the house with me to test water. So it's like, we got to let our kids to know what we doing. But my boys understand. They done seen me in the paint. So I'm confident. Like, only 13 and 10, but they get it. Pray you get a fair trial. But definitely, So y'all, yeah, that's the motto, man. Stick together. Y'all text that number in the chat. I didn't see it come up. FBA Gypsy, I didn't see you. I ain't get you. I ain't get the text, but we got a good group of people. We still trying to grow it more, cause I think, you know, the more people we got, solid people we got, the more, you know, the more mountains we can move. So yeah, Trail been busy, man. He been working, man, and you know, been having to do more on his jobs and stuff. So he haven't been able to. He wasn't able to do this Sunday. So I'm holding it down for him. But we going back on. Oh, you texted FBA Gypsy? I ain't see it. Hold on, let me see now. Let me check. I did not see it. You know what I'm gonna do for you? You say you text somebody. I'm finna put it in the group. I'm finna put it in this chat for you so you can have. Stay on the line. I got you. Discord. I'm finna put it in the. And I'm gonna be hitting some of y'all personally on there, cause I'm gonna be keeping in touch with y'all and talking to y'all personally, you know. And we're gonna have some group talks, but just to get everybody, get familiar with everybody, man, and understand what we're trying to do. Copy. Understanding what we're trying to do. But yeah, I love my FBA family, man. This was always a dream of mine. She put look again. I text. Oh, I put it. No, I put the wrong one. Hold on. I put the StreamYard. Hold on. No, that's the wrong one. I got you. But this is a dream of mine to get. Copy. It's a dream of mine to come together with the FBA family. Feel like I'm doing what the Panthers was doing. So just by y'all, it's like a dream come true to me, man. Why does it keep copying this? It's crazy. All right, I got it. So any of y'all participating in this, I mean the group and giving information. There you go. So FBA Gypsy, that's it right there. You see it? I'm gonna put it on there for you. Copy that code. Salute. I appreciate y'all though. It's much love, bro. I'm telling you get so much, you know. I be looking forward to having this live with y'all. So I'm gonna try to go Saturdays, Sundays, and like 2 days out the week. I'm gonna definitely be trying to go 2 days Sunday, but I want to have one where it's just FBA. It's not online or none of this. I want to do one a week for just us, the people who solid and stand down with what we got going on. But I look forward to seeing what we're gonna make money in this stocks. I follow Chris Sane and he be giving little tips, so I'm gonna be giving that in there. I got some guys that I follow on the stocks and I'm gonna give their information. So let's see what they doing and we can all put it together. She put on downloading. Yeah, that's where like we can have a private conversation, you know, because I think YouTube got a little hold on me. They know I'm out here, you know, causing havoc. They be messing with my numbers on live. Like I don't be coming up, be having family members, you know, they be watching me. They be like, yeah, man, you don't be coming up. So it's like, once you be talking real stuff on this internet, them people be trying to silence you. Shout out to Will hitting me.
Hey, this Rob. I'm trying to call into my numbers on live.
Hey, Whip, you gotta mute your phone.
Oh, this brother Rob?
Yeah, this Rob. How you doing, brother?
All right, you live?
I'm live, man. What's good?
Oh, it's good, man. This is Gary, man. I was calling in to comment on the program, and I tell you that you're doing a good job, brother. Keep it up.
Man, I appreciate it, brother. That means everything. Me hearing y'all say that, man, it makes me keep going. Y'all don't understand. I know it be kind of saying it, but me hearing it is important, man, for real.
Yeah, you on the same level, man, as like Stokely Carmichael, Huey P. Newton. You on that level, man.
Dang, that's big, bro.
You don't realize it. I realize what's going on. See, I'm one of the elders, and I'm 71 now. You know,
right.
So I was around. I saw a lot of that, and I know. I remember one of the brothers, and I grew up in L.A. I grew up in Watts, man, where the riots were. I was a kid, man, since the original riots in 1965. I was a kid. I was right in there when the tanks rolled down the streets and stuff.
Dang, how was it, man? Let me know how that was, because I did a video and I was telling people on my chat, like, I be seeing those videos of y'all and I be like wishing I could be a part of that action, man. Like to be able to fight for your people like that, I feel like it just, you know what I'm saying? How was it?
It was no joke. A lot of people died, man. It was no joke. We were in the heart of Watts, right? And so that's where it kicked off. And just to summarize a little bit, they had to move us to the west side, where my family was on the west side. It was getting so rough. The brothers was down. They were not playing. They was kicking LAPD's ass, man.
Mm-hmm.
And they had to bring in the National Guard. They were, and the brothers, they were doing, they were boxing. That's when karate was real big, and boxing. They was boxing LAPD. They were whooping their ass. And what they did was they called, regular teenagers and stuff. They was tired of being pushed around with all kind of jive that they were doing to us.
Mm-hmm.
And what kicked it off was there was a rumor that they had assaulted a pregnant sister on Imperial and Avalon in near Watts, right?
Right.
And the brothers and the Highway Patrol pulled up. Rather than to de-escalate the situation, they jumped back and got their bus whooped. And they had to call them back up. The Highway Patrol kicked it off. Then all the LAPD came in, and the brothers were like, "Oh, we ain't taking this no more." And they started whooping on their butts. And they was just whooping their butts. They kept calling back up there, and they couldn't handle the brothers, man. So what happened was the black cops, the black LAPD officers, they called all the black LAPD, and they told them to go to their stations, right? Because they figured they were going to side with the brothers.
Right.
And they locked it. They wouldn't let them leave the stations. Did you know about that?
I didn't know about that.
Yeah, they called all the black cops in and told them to report to their stations. And they wouldn't let them leave because they thought and a lot of we didn't have all these tethers and turncoats the way we have today. Brothers, that's why they bring in all these tethers from other countries.
Yeah.
To lose our strength.
You
know
right.
what I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm.
So they don't have any loyalty to America, and they don't have any loyalty to our lineage.
Yeah.
There's something special within our lineage that gives us the kind of courage. I think I spoke last week about, I said that the black people in other countries, most of them are afraid of white people.
Yeah.
And a lot of countries, that white Jesus picture that you see, now I'm a Christian, so I love Jesus as my Lord and Savior.
Right.
But in most black countries, they worship Jesus as a white man. So they only fear him, but they put him on a level as a God. That's why a lot of them come over here, and it's so easy for them to assimilate into white supremacy and to go against us.
Yeah.
Because they look at the white man on a whole different level than us. It was one before I get into it, I want to emphasize a point about that march that happened yesterday. Is that okay?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, you know that big march they had that's supposed to be all over the country, right?
Yeah, for April 5th. Yeah.
Yeah, and they were trying to get black folks to jump in there.
Mm-hmm.
I watched cameras from all over the country, right? There were very few FBAs in there at all. And I think those were tethers.
It had to be.
I watched the pictures. I was watching on a channel where they had cameras going all around the country to all different sites. I saw very few, or even just regular black folks, first and second generation. I saw very few black folks in any of those. So you know what that means, right?
What that mean?
That means it's going to probably be a failure.
Yeah.
And they're going to probably be lying because if we don't get involved for some reason, those protests and stuff, they don't jump off right.
It don't do nothing. I noticed that. It don't have something. It's like it's missing something.
Right, because we are the real conscience of America, man.
Mm-hmm.
We the reason why we got civil rights. They got the Civil Rights Act of 1877, and we got the 64, 65, and 1941. We're the conscience of America.
Yeah.
We give America soul. America ain't really got no soul without
Don't got no soul. You right, man. It's like food without seasoning, man.
Did you see them trying to do the electric slide over there on one of the protests? It didn't even have no rhythm.
No,
it had no. I was laughing when they put that picture up there, man.
Yeah.
They were doing a protest in Tesla, right?
Right.
And they were like, they trying to do it without us. We've been there, they've been soul.
Right.
We got soul.
We got that soul.
What they call it the Major spirit.
Yeah. My grandma said that. Yeah.
So it really didn't go off right. You don't even hear them really talking about it.
I don't hear it talk about it. I'm gonna look up some pictures. I didn't hear. I knew a lot of people FBA wasn't representing it, and we wasn't gonna stand into that. So I wasn't paying it no attention. But we gotta look and see how other people portray us, because they'll make other people think that we're there, and that's what I'm tired of. I'm tired of
those are the tethers.
Yeah, but other people can't tell. Like they'll see some people there and they'll be like black people. Like they think we all are together, but I see the division where it's like it's groups that's controlled, like what I go over the Boule and these different types of organizations. They not the same,
We put so much, we made it so hot for them, they starting to step back.
Right, yeah.
They lost a lot of their members have quit, man.
Mm-hmm.
And I do know, believe it or not, I know some that are in there that are really trying to work for us, and they haven't resigned. But a lot of them have resigned because of the pressure that we're putting on everybody.
Right. I want to ask you a question about that.
Before,
go ahead.
Hold that question for a minute because I don't want to slip this point.
Go ahead.
There's a guy that's been deported, and he's in the jail in El Salvador, and they had a protest, and they're trying to get them to bring him back into the United States.
Okay.
To retrial him, but they deported him under the Enemies Alien Act, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they can't do nothing about it because Trump declared those gangs, MS-13, terrorist organizations and enemy combatants. It's like we at war, right?
Right.
So they had a protest in front of they deported him, I believe it was from Boston, right?
Mm-hmm.
And his wife was out there protesting. They had two black persons up there standing with him. They look like some Jamaicans to me.
Right.
But they trying to give their status, our status to him. And this dude has been over there killing. He's one of the leaders of MS-13 gang, right?
No,
they've been murdering people, and so they had two tethers up there trying to represent us to back up the family. I saw it yesterday on the news.
You serious? That's crazy, man.
Yes, yeah, because we ain't down with that. So they're trying to get the president to bring him back to the country, and they had two tethers up there trying to represent FBA, man. And I could tell they were Jamaican. We ain't down for that. So if they don't have black folks with them, it's not jumping off.
It ain't. Yeah, that's what.
They getting tethers, right, to jump up there to try to imitate us. But I could tell they were tethers. They had Jamaican vibes. That's what I could pick up. I kind of picked that stuff up from Tyreek. Listen to his program and watching what he does.
Right.
That's the first thing he did. He can just sense when the person's a tether, man. I listen to his program.
Right.
Listen to the accents, right, and watch the foreheads and stuff, right.
Mm-hmm.
And we know their customers. We know that there's something about them. They're not acting like us. Like I got the congressman Jasmine Crockett.
Yeah.
I doubt if she's FBA. They saying that she's from because of the way she acts.
Yeah.
Whenever she speaks about her ancestors, she doesn't hold it in high guard. She'll say ancestors and just start cursing.
Mm-hmm.
We don't do that kind of stuff.
Yeah, we don't.
You know what I'm saying? we got more out, and she's acting like a hoe in a 304 and all that, right?
And she's not. Yeah.
You know, so we don't do all that. We get the high position. We try to carry ourselves. Most of the time, we try to carry ourselves with a little class and dignity. I'm sorry. Get back to your question, brother. I'm sorry about that.
Oh yeah. I was gonna say the Boule, these organizations, man. Are you did you hear about them like back in the days? Because I heard some old school said that they came in the 90s. That's when everybody started hearing about these organizations, the Boules and these Greek organizations. That's what's up, man.
No, they go way back before that, because the Prince Hall Masons, they go back to the founding of the country. With Prince Hall, he fought in the Revolutionary War with George Washington. Prince Hall is considered, he's the head of the Prince Hall Masons.
Right.
In reality, those are really the only pure Masons. The rest of them are like they're Masons, but they're not on the same level. Because Prince Hall started back. He got his original order, I think, from the Grand Lodge of England, and he was really considered the first civil rights leader, even way before Frederick Douglass now. He started a school for black folks. They were more down with the community, so this stuff goes back. You're talking about 1700s, man.
Right.
You know, you said it right. So that's way before we were even a country. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know, I think the earliest one of the fraternities, I think it was 1909 or something like that. That's the A5A's, the Alpha, the guys.
Right.
Alpha Phi Alpha. I think they're like 1909. So they've been back long before that. Now Prince Hall, he's kind of sketchy, but he had an order from George Washington to fight against the British. If we go with if the brothers hadn't joined them, they would have lost that damn war. So they don't be telling us the history, man. Everything they don't really jump off until we get down with it, right? At first, Prince Hall got a special commission from General George Washington to fight the British, and they were kicking ass, man. They were running the British up and out of there.
Right.
You know, so when they got the stalemate, and when they crossed it, you know, remember that this ship where George Washington was crossing the Delaware? The brother that was guiding the ship, they made him white, but he was a black man. I saw that picture when I was a kid, man, back in the 50s, right?
Right.
They made him look like he was white now. If you look at the picture,
right,
you think he was white, but it was a brother.
No.
Leading the ship that George Washington was on. They had a painting of it in our school. And I noticed from now all the pictures of him, they got him looking white. But he was in the pictures when I was coming up, he was black.
That's crazy, man.
So those organizations go way back. Now, the early guys, man, I think I was mentioned this before. The earlier Boule members and even the earlier Prince Hall guys, they were down for the community, man. They were real. They were really with us. We've been infiltrated by dudes like what's that fat dude young people on the Roland Martin.
Okay.
Roland infiltrated us. We've been infiltrated by a lot of people from out of the country. I think Roland's a key, right? He's a Haitian, man. His mother and father were born in Haiti.
Roland Martin.
So around the time when we started infiltrating all these organizations, they brought a lot of stuff in there, like the NAACP. We've been infiltrated. They really might as well be called the National Association for the Advancement of Gay Folks, you know, or something like that.
Right.
But, and we got a petition going. We got a petition going to take away their 504c status. I just signed it tonight. I don't know if you heard of a podcast called the Church of Black Power. I was on there, and Black Apple was on there today, and we signed a petition to take away their 301c status because they're not representing us.
Gotcha.
So it's a lot going on, man. A lot of things that people don't even know about.
Right.
There's a lot, but they flipped. The organizations, they really started flipping after the infiltration. But we're not all perfect. We got some bad apples in our, that are
some FBA bad too.
That.
Mm-hmm.
Right. We all need Jesus, but when they infiltrated like that, brought in a lot of dudes. They don't have that majority spirit that's They ain't got the soul we got, man.
Yeah.
They don't have the same loyalty that we have.
Yep, you're right.
Does that make any difference? Does that make it?
It make
You
perfect
understand
sense.
what I'm saying?
Yep, make perfect sense,
Okay.
man. I understand completely.
Okay.
But
Well, brother, I'm gonna land my plane just in case somebody else want to call in, unless you want to talk a little bit more.
okay, no, man, you go ahead, man. I always appreciate you tapping in, man. Always giving us that good, that good knowledge from you, man, that you experience. So I'm always interested, man, when you coming in. I want to see what the chat
Can I
got
add
to
just
say.
one more thing?
Go ahead.
Add one more thing that was kind of important.
Go ahead.
Everybody's doing their history now, right, to trace themselves back to the actual slavery or to the Civil War, right?
Right.
So I want to give a piece of advice. I've noticed, man, as I've been watching programs and checking people out, they're not really giving you the information on how to do that. First, you start tracing your parents, but remember, when you're tracing your lineage, try to take it back to the 1870 census. Try to take it back to the 1870 census, right?
Right.
Because that's only 5 years away from the Civil War, which ended in 1865, and 7 years away from the Emancipation Proclamation that ended slavery. So if you can get it back to that census, you can take it back to slavery.
Wow.
And that it's no question about it. And some people even gone back before Columbus. It's because I'm Blackfeet, so I can trace back to my tribe too.
Right.
And you can take it back even farther. Does that make any sense?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. So the least they can get back to the 1870 census. If you trace it back to the 1870 census, and you can locate them on there, you're right in the territory because you're 5 years away from the Civil War and 7 years away from the Emancipation Proclamation. Do you think that helped anybody, man?
It should, right?
Do you think that helped anybody?
No.
Yeah, well, I mean, the advice that I gave, you think it was beneficial?
The emancipation,
Yeah.
I mean, from where we are right now, I would say no, right?
Okay, well, I was trying to give a little bit of advice for people doing their history. The main thing is try to get back to that 1870 census. That's the main thing.
Right.
And
okay.
That's in the records. You can go online and check those records in Congress. That's from the United States Census, the 1870. Try to get back to that one, and then you're right in the ballpark.
And that's gonna tell you, where your people's at. You saying from right there.
Well, their names will be on that census. Everybody that's living in the United States that was living that's 5 years after the Civil War, right? Everybody that's living is supposed to be on that census.
Right.
Even the slaves.
Mm-hmm.
And the Indians. So there's a way to look for the Indians on there too.
Man, I wrote that down.
Because the U.S. Marshal U.S. Marshal was the one that went around and did that. So that's the trip. That was the Marshals doing that census.
Got it. Got you. Man, I appreciate you. Brother.
All right, brother. So I'm gonna go and land my plane.
All right, brother, man. Make sure you tap in with us, man, every Sunday, man. We look forward to hearing from you, getting that knowledge.
Okay, I'm gonna try to, brother. God bless us. Keep it up, man. You on that same level. You on that level, man. You're a freedom fighter.
Yeah, I appreciate it, brother. I appreciate it, man. You have a good night.
All right, God bless. And
God bless.
Trevor, I ask about it when he comes back. All right.
No problem. All right, John. I hear you in here, man, talking all of this. What you saying? Good night, Cat. What you saying? Talking about something we ain't Masons and the Masons are not. You said something on here saying Masons are not. Masons and Greeks are not the same. But it is some Masons that are still in the boot. It is Masons that are like Shaquille O'Neal is a Mason and he's an Omega. So it is people that are both. So you trying to say they separate, but it's certain people that they have both ties. He put they are not. Okay, well, look up Shaquille O'Neal. Go do a Google search right now on Shaquille O'Neal. I can name you a few other people too, but if you could prove me Shaquille O'Neal is not, like, they list him as a Mason and he's a Q-Dog. The Masons was way before the Q. I mean, John, you would tell that. Like, I think you got some political. John, you might be a Mason, bro. He said you can be both, but they are not the same. They not the same, but they come from the same. You should have checked out that video I did about the Masons, bro. About William Morgan. If you go look up William Morgan was a guy who started an anti-Mason party. He started the anti-Mason party, and then he got disappeared. He tried to expose the Masons. This was in the 1800s. So all of that Greek stuff came after people was feeling a way about the Masons during that time in the 1800s. They had a bad name. They were starting to have a bad name. That's when all of this Greek stuff came in. That's why you see people that are Masons and they in the Greek, these Greek organizations. Now we seeing that these Greek organizations is getting a bad rep now. The same thing that the Masons was getting in the 1800s. That's why they led to this. So that's the history on this. Yes, they separate, but that was the birth of it. It's because the Masons was getting exposed. Now the Masons can hide up under these Greek fraternities. You can be a big time Mason and you can now be in fraternities as well. He put every cat that don't agree with y'all is a tether. Never ran. Water guard ran. Man, what you putting me in? Water guard ran. I'm telling you about the Mason stuff. It all stems from the idea of belief of black noble and levels and laws and layers, right? They don't want our people to be in the higher ups. They don't want people that got soul like our guys to be preaching to be an influence. They want them secret groups to be the influence of our people. You put every cat that don't agree with y'all as a tether. Shout out Des. I hit you too in that on Discord. Des, I hit you in the personally just to check up on you. I see you good. But me to my water guard ran. But you can be both, but they ain't the same. You put wrong. Remember, I was on your post about the Greek. You been wanting to tap in? Man, they be playing with my notifications, man. So it's just YouTube. I be dropping some stuff on I be dropping some stuff on Rumble as well. But definitely, this was a good one, man. I appreciate y'all tapping in. Y'all know I'm gonna be in. You can I'm gonna try to go live like 2 days out the week and then 2 days on the weekend. So, yeah, man, my notifications been messed up. It's all good. It's all good. So y'all know we need our women. We need our women perspective. From you, Kat. Do you know that the birth? Let me check out this. Do you know that the birth? You know that from the birth of U.S. in 1776, the Negroes were not citizens. Only after the 14th Amendment was passed. Did you also know that Mexicans that get identities in Spanish, or AKA Latinos, were able to? Shout out Avatar. Yeah, man, it's cool to have some haters in the chat. You know, John be trying to, I don't know what he be trying to throw. He be trying to throw a monkey wrench in there. I think he Greek on the low, man. John, you in a Greek organization, bro? Are you a Mason? Feeling like you be taking up, man. There's something going on. We ain't gonna tell on you. We ain't gonna tell them people on you. You in this chat, they gonna think you with the they gonna say you with the ops. The buoy buddy boule. Shout out William. You sent me that, man. I was about to play that, man. I was just that other stuff with Terrence Howard. I don't like to put too much booty boule stuff, but it gotta be exposed, man. R.I.P. to Bobby Hemmett. Put us down on that, the booty boule. But appreciate Gary for calling in. But shout out to Beat Active. He said about the 14th Amendment were able to. So they were able to, but we wasn't. That's crazy. The 14th Amendment was an agreement between two nations, and it often called the second Constitution because we knew we were originally here for the most part of in our blood. He came into this space talking nonsense before. Never been a Mason or a Greek. More live. Okay. I asked you. I ain't say you was a part of them, but you be protecting that, bro. You be trying to make sure that Masons and Greeks, that ain't the same, but they got the same rituals and the same initiation. It's like very, 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 very similar, bro. But I don't know why, man. I told FBA Gypsy to text, and I'm not seeing no text that come in from that number. I'm trying to figure that out, but she trying to get on. That's messed up. But man, y'all know how we do, family. Y'all know how we do. Always pushing health, wealth, better understanding the self. Can't wait to wrap y'all in the Discord now. Y'all check like Destiny. Check your thing, cause I've been hitting you. I'm gonna reach out to Cat. Just get everybody they trying to give a love. Get to know everybody in the chat. Get to know the whole family. Right, what Freemason you know wasn't in a Greek fraternity, and what Eastern Star you know that wasn't in, that are not in sororities. Right, that they just separate. Listen, how you was trying to protect that the Greeks and the Masons aren't the same. Like you they're so different. Like you trying to. That's why I said it seemed like you trying to protect them people. Because I know you seen the video I did on the Masons, and I said, hey, the Masons had trouble in the late 1800s. They had bad press. William Morgan gave them bad press, and the people were saying that, the Masons wasn't right. And that's when all of these Greek organizations came about. So we doing our research on it, bro. We ain't just talking. Say John infiltrated. Real John. Yeah, I heard Farrakhan was a Mason too. But like you said, they ain't got to be in both because one's a Democrat and one's in the religious field. So it's like maybe that's going to separate them. We understand when you a Mason, you a big dog. We understand that. Like, we get that part. For real. When we had that thing, everybody in the chat was asking for you. They were like, what? Where the heck John at? Where John at? The dude was explaining everything. The information was there. Like a lot of people say Steve Coakley is, Steve Coakley is he be talking nonsense. No, we are saying what Freemasons, that are not affiliated, not the other way around. I think Roland Martin is a Mason, though. I went to Roland Martin restaurant when I was looking for some land, and I went to La Bella, Florida, 15 minutes outside of Clewiston, and he got a restaurant. It's mostly for white people, and yeah. Martin Luther King, 50% European, 50% African father. Be active going in on some stuff, huh? Yeah, old girl was supposed to send that. A big dog said Satan is he did have Malcolm killed. Saying he got Malcolm killed, huh? So will you say the government is a part of the Masons? You feel like that's the same people? This is how I'm gonna know if you a Mason or not. Is the government Masons? He a Rolling fan? That's what I'm saying. That's what I want John to say. Like, is the Masons the government? Like, they're part of the same thing. And then the Masons is higher than the Greeks. So the Masons is who is controlling the Greeks. You can say, like, that's their group. That's like the 60s. Like if you saying what Big U done, the 60s ran the Crip gangs, and you got a whole bunch of old other Crip sets. No, only a small percentage of founding fathers were Masons. What? Bro, they all was Masons. Everybody in the government was Mason, bro, who ran the government. That's why William Morgan tried to expose all this, was Freemasons. I mean, whatever. He's saying only a small percent of founding fathers were Mason. No, they all were Masons, bro. You couldn't get in. You couldn't control in politics unless you was in. Only the Masons ran that, bro, in the 1800s. Look up William Morgan. I can bring it up for you right now. Why you think they killed William Morgan? It's people who died in the 1800s who was trying to expose the Masons. They was ruthless, bro, back then. Right. You think a percentage of them gonna be in another group, and then another half of them they know you in another divide. They know you in a group, but they still in the same clique. No, it ain't work like that, bro. Just like we seeing it right now. Any of these black politicians we see, they divine nine. John, name me somebody who in politics that you see right now that's not in a Greek organization or a Mason. They just free from all of that. Yeah, we messing with John right now. John just want to compete. Work for our managers. He said, no, a small percentage of founding fathers was Mason. A small percentage, bruh? Don't do your time like that. Don't do your time like that, bro. But man, I appreciate the family. I appreciate y'all for tapping in with me tonight. Monday, y'all looking at our group. We're gonna be trying to make some money this week. Put some stuff together. But make sure y'all stay tapped in. Y'all smash that like button too, man. That $5 Indian know his history. That's why he keep telling us people DNA on whose parents it was. It's crazy, man. But be active. Shout out to Be Active, man, giving the knowledge. Always giving the knowledge. I know what it is. But okay. All right, fam. So look, man. What's today? Sunday. I will be going live Tuesday, give y'all an update on what's going on. But stay posted on the app because I'm gonna probably be going over some stuff. I want to do a live with just us, just the people who I'm locked in with. But yeah, y'all coming in now. It's 12 o'clock. Everybody want to hear about that. Or about that Karmelo Anthony. But y'all gonna have to check the video from the beginning. But man, I appreciate everybody. Peace, love. I will catch y'all on the next one, man. I'm gonna probably drop a video tomorrow, but y'all stay tuned. I want to do a little 30-minute convo with everybody. I got some information that I'm trying to grow with. Y'all know I do water filtration. I do it in Florida mostly right now, but you know, I manufacture myself with parts, and I'm just trying to grow. So I appreciate it if y'all, grow with your boy. You got to add more channels to your Discord. You can chat with everyone and have different convos at the same time. Yeah, I'm gonna learn how to work it a little bit more. I don't even. That's why I need y'all help a little bit, man. Help me out, Des. For real. So help me out on there. I hit you too, so I seen you hit me back, so we can be able to definitely get them channels going. Salute the Avatar, because we need that money channel. I want a channel for just money. I want different channels for different things that we working on. Channel for, our entrepreneur stuff. Definitely chat with you, Des. And Avatar, we're gonna chat. And William, we're gonna chat, man. I need everybody gonna have a position, bro. I know William got the arm and forces. He got the guns. He was in the military. Avatar got the finance and the stuff. So I remember how the Black Panther Party, they had treasure. They had everybody, bro. They had positions for everybody had one. So you see the metal John wearing. So definitely, man, we're gonna have a position, man. We're gonna have stuff for everybody that we can all click up together and make moves and let the haters keep hating. So I'm getting in the homestead. Yeah. Okay. Everybody got a talent. So I'm just interested in, I can't wait to hear from all of y'all, talk to one of y'all. So Des, we're gonna be in contact, man. Getting everybody where they used to, where they good at and comfortable and Trust me, we got the new A. We them new Panthers right now. We got something that's gonna be like them Panthers. So, man, appreciate y'all. Tap in with me. I will Tuesday. Y'all look out for me, but then be in the chat. I catch y'all in the next video, man. Peace and love.